Hello my friends, welcome to week 14 of the 52 to a New You video series I have on my YouTube channel, helping you to transition over to a raw vegan diet. This is basically everything that I did overnight, but because I know that not everyone can do what I did, some need a little bit of time to transition over, so I have created this program and it's downloadable for $5 in the description. I have a link to go and get that. If you are so interested, you can print it out, you can reread it, post some of the recipes on your fridge. I have a spice list, stuff to have on hand. So if you want to go print that out, go for it. You can do that. So we're going to talk about week 14. I want you to go and read the book, The 80-10-10 Diet by Doug Graham. Now, there are some things in the 80-10-10 diet that I don't follow personally, and I have my own reasons. He does a lot of mono meals, which are basically one fruit for the whole meal, like for example 5 or 6 mangoes or whatever. I do those occasionally, I don't do them often. He highly recommends them. You can play with it yourself, see how you feel, but I don't necessarily do a lot of mono meals. I like variety, so that's just me. Everyone's going to be different when they are doing a raw diet, and you have to find what works best for you and how you feel best. If you feel like eating 5 mangoes, go for it. There are many times in the summer I will eat like 8 nectarines just because I want to for lunch. So mono meals are great and you should do them, but I again don't do them very often because I just don't feel like I like the variety. So that's just my take on it. Plus he talks a lot about some of the things like garlic as an irritant, spices and things like that, but I include them in my diet. Again, this is a personal thing. I am not a purist, but the reason I want you to read Doug Graham's book is because he has the most amazing ratio of carbs, fat, and protein for the human body. And this is just a guideline. Again, some people do better with less fat and some people do better with a little bit more fat. You have to find what works for you, but keep it low fat. So I'm saying nothing over like max like 20 to 25% fats. That's like, it's too high for me, definitely. And 10 to 15% is a really good average. I do best on 8% fats. I find that I'm super energetic at that point. I find if I start adding a little bit extra fats to my diet, my hair kind of feels a little bit oily, my skin gets a little bit oily, I feel sluggish, and the more fats I eat, the more I start to get those old cravings back, which I don't have when I'm eating very low fat. So you just need to get your omega-3s, like I talked about before, from your chia seeds, or flax or walnuts or whatever you want to use to get your omega-3s. You really don't need a lot of fat, but I want you to read that book because he goes into great detail about how we need 80% carbs, which should come from fruits and vegetables. 80% carbs, and then those carbs, your greens and all your fruits and everything that you're eating will provide you with 10% of your calories from protein, so you don't have to worry about that, and then your 10% fats. If you're just eating fruits and vegetables and nothing else, you should be at 5% fats because fruits and vegetables have fats in them. A whole head of romaine lettuce has 70% of your omega-3s for the day. Believe it or not, it does have omega-3s in romaine lettuce. So even though you're eating fruits and vegetables, you're still getting fat. The other 5 to 10% fats that you're going to be eating will come from your nuts and seeds. So you can include those as well. Don't be scared of fat. I am not anti-fat. I am anti too much fat. I think we eat way too much, and it interferes with insulin function in the human body and can cause issues with candida and stuff. But that's when you get over the 25% fat mark. So play with it yourself, read the book, and get familiar with the raw vegan lifestyle from an 80-10-10 perspective, so that you can decide on how you want to plan your meals. All of my meals are very low fat, if no fat. Breakfast is always no fat. Lunch is slight fat, and I always put my fats in my dinner, my main fats like my chia, a sesame, or if I'm gonna have like a cashew dip or something like that, that will go with dinner because I find that the fat is necessary to absorb the like vitamin K and vitamin A from your greens. I always have lots of greens with dinner, so I like to keep my fat to my greens so that I can absorb a lot more of the nutrition in there. So again, not anti-fat, just keep it with your greens. That's the best place to have your fats. In the evening too, so that if you do have a reaction, like I find if I eat an avocado, it's like a tranquilizer because it's so high fat and it actually kind of makes me feel sleepy. So it's best if you're gonna have that kind of stuff to have it with dinner. And this week you're also releasing oils. We're not going to be eating oils anymore. No, we're not. I'm going to post in the description below some videos from Michael Greger, a couple other people that talk about how fat is implicated in diabetes. And oils are basically pure fat, 100% fat, and we don't need those in our diet. If you want olive oil, eat raw olives. If you want coconut oil, eat the coconut. Eat the whole thing. Eat the coconut meat and get the electrolytes in the water, a young Thai coconut, and then you're getting more close to nature where it's lower fat because you're eating the fiber and all the other stuff that's in the coconut and in the olive. We don't need the oils. You're getting enough omega-3s from your chia, your flax, or whatever else you're eating, your romaine lettuce, and that kind of stuff. So we don't need to worry about eating all of these oils that just don't do us any extra good because they're causing too many issues in the human body. So we're going to release oils. No more oils. If you've noticed that my dressings do not include any olive oil whatsoever, I just use dates and lemon juice and I just leave them out. You'll notice after a while, if you do have something, if you randomly have a salad that has a little bit of olive oil based dressing, you'll find that it tastes like slippery and slimy and it's kind of gross, like because you're not used to having that texture on your salad anymore. And I had a salad a really long time ago, like maybe a year ago, that had a little bit of olive oil in the dressing and I could feel it and I didn't like it. So your taste buds do change as you move along. So you're going to want to release that and get that book and read it. So I hope you guys have a good week and you're still eating 2 raw meals a day and 1 cooked meal, if that. Hopefully some days you're full raw and you're experiencing lots of benefits. So if you guys like my video series, click like and subscribe to my channel so that you get more notifications when I post new videos. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and YouFood, all at Raw Food Romance. So we're going to move on to week 15 next. And until then, guys, fruit on.